Howdy! Thanks for learning about MS with me, Boster. I started this channel to help my own MS clinic patients learn between clinic visits. And it's my hope that through these videos, I can help you learn too. Yesterday evening, I returned home from Berlin, Germany, where I spent last week attending the Actrooms 2018 conference. Actrooms stands for the European Committee on Treatment and Research in Multiple Sclerosis. And it is hands down the Olympics of multiple sclerosis, by far the largest MS conference in the world. This year, 10,000 MS providers descended upon Berlin, Germany to educate and communicate and up their game. And I was one of them, and it was awesome. While I was in Germany, I brought my vlogging camera, the one that I'm using to record this video. And I asked a couple of my colleagues from the Midwest why they attended Actrooms. I'll throw a link to that up above. And I was struck by the interest that you guys in this YouTube community found in that little video. And so this is a follow-up video where I just wanted to share a few of my own opinions. Number one, to me, Actrooms is a touch point. It's an opportunity to touch base and to share ideas with colleagues from around the globe. I have many people that I call friend. MS doctors from England, MS doctors from Spain, MS doctors from Greece, MS doctors from around everywhere. And I only see them once or twice a year at these conferences. And it is a joy to touch base, have a cup of coffee, and talk about where we are with things, what's going on in clinic, what's going on with research, where are some of our frustrations, where are some of our successes. I get to attend lectures listening to the who's who in multiple sclerosis deliver the latest and the greatest. It gets me fired up, and it gets me thinking, and it gets me ready for the next wave of MS therapies, for the next wave of MS diagnostics, and I think it makes me a better MS doctor. It certainly helps keep me current. Many people in the comments section for my last video asked me, "We can't wait to hear what you learned." The reality is I'm still processing a lot of information, but there are two things that stand out to me as being rather remarkable in the research realm. There's a molecule called BTK. And BTK is a rather unique way of affecting the B-cell compartment, the humoral compartment of the immune system. And there was a readout on some relatively early data that looked very promising. Most importantly, I was impressed with the evolution of our information on neurofilament light chain. Now, neurofilament light chain is a product of brain damage. When you have damage in the brain, the cells lyse material, and you can pick up elevations in neurofilament light chain, a laboratory, when there's been problems in the brain. Now, this isn't specific to MS, but what we saw at this conference was really cool. First of all, many of the neurofilament light chain studies have been done in spinal fluid. And to make them useful in clinic, you'd quite literally be asking humans with MS to undergo a lumbar puncture at serial times to track their disease. And let's face it, many red-blooded Americans are disinclined to consider repeated lumbar punctures. I think that many people with MS, if forced to, would consider doing something. But if there was a way that we could avoid having to do a spinal tap to learn the information, that would be valuable. Well, at Actrooms this year, we heard about where we are with serum neurofilament light chain, studying neurofilament in the blood, and the data looks awesome. This is not yet prime time, but it is so close I can't stand it. And what we're talking about here is a blood test that would tell you if you're at risk of having an attack, if your disability status is climbing, if you're responding to your therapy. This might literally become a serum blood biomarker, complementary to the MRI, to help guide you and I to determine, is your disease active, is your therapy working, do we need to change what we're doing? That would be a profound game changer. And the data that I saw at Actrooms on neurofilament light chain in the serum was super duper. What else did I enjoy about Actrooms besides the camaraderie, the learning, the opportunity to be in Berlin for a while, and the research? There was a strong focus on progression and progressive MS. There was a theme of beating progression, looking critically at our current medicines, reviewing the data on slowing down progression, and looking into the future at how we're going to beat progression. That was a message that I received loud and clear, and it fills me with hope. Now, if there was anything that bothered me at Actrooms, it would be the fact that there's still an old school contingent of MS neurologists that still believe in this arcane concept of slow escalation and using the first-line medicines extensively or too long. Too many excellent people from around the world are still prescribing low-efficacy therapies and, in my biased opinion, allowing folks to accrue disability. And listening to them on stage and talking to them over coffee, it saddens me. And I embrace the new school approach to multiple sclerosis, the early application of highly effective medicines coupled with brain health, with paying attention to exercise and diet and not smoking and vitamin D, etc. And I'm not suggesting that those people weren't at the conference, because they were. They're my buddies. But there's still a large contingent of the old school, and that makes me sad. And that's one thing that was sort of a at the meeting. My name's Aaron Boster, and thank you very much for wanting to learn about MS with me. And I would love to hear more from you, so please leave a comment or a question down below. Until my next video, thank you for tuning in. Take care.
This is my first Actrooms meeting. This is an opportunity for me as a new neurologist, as a general neurologist, to learn and to elevate the care of my MS patients, to take cutting-edge research, technology, and information and make that clinically applicable to people that I see every day.